Back to the daily grind, and shout out to the full-time patrons. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
And it is time for betting on the fights with Fake Money episode 27, where we're going to go over the results of the Poirier versus Gaethje fight card last weekend, and also place our bets for the Barboza versus Lee fight card coming up. Now, we're going to be doing the full fight card predictions and bets, so bear with me, but first we have to go over our bets and results of last week's bets. If you're new here, what we do is, since we're broke as fuck, we just are keeping up with what we would be betting. Like, we started off with $500 and we actually are at an all-time high of $2,526. We took a little bit of a hit this week, you will see, but we actually still won on 6 of our 9 bets. We bet 9 total bets this week. We won on 6 of them, but one of the ones we lost on was a pretty big bet. So we still lose about $700, maybe 600 and something. But either way, it was somewhat of a success, even though we took a loss this week. But we started off at 500 and we like fucking quintupled our money up to 2,500. So even though we took a loss this week, we're still over 3 times what we started with. So we're still doing pretty good as far as gambling is concerned, because we're not losing. So with that being said, let's just jump right into last week's bets, starting with the Fight Pass and Fox prelims. You can see I bet $100 on the Matthew Lopez versus Alejandro Perez fight, as well as the Shanna Dobson versus Lauren Mueller, the Diego Lima versus Yushin Okami fight, the Muslim Salikov versus Ricky Rainey fight, the Wilson Hayes versus John Moraga fight, and then the big whopping $1,000 bet on Krzysztof Jotko, who ended up losing to Brad Tavares. Whew, that sucks for us, but still, as I said, we're still doing pretty good. So those are the bets we placed last week. You can see the odds over here. These were the odds. We ended up betting a total of $1,500 just on the prelims. So that took us down to $1,026. We started, of course, with $2,526. So after betting that $1,500, we had $1,000 to bet on the main card. So going to the main card with that $1,026, we also bet $100 on Michelle Watterson, $150 on Dustin Poirier in the main event. So $250 there, which took us down to, if we would have lost all 8 bets, I thought we had 3. So we actually only bet 8 fights. So we won 5 out of 3 bets here. We lost money. So if we would have lost all 8 bets, we would have still had $776 to bet with. But that's clearly not the case because we're not that bad. So going to the fights we actually won on the prelims, so with the $776 we had no matter what, we'll add our winnings to that. So we won on the Alejandro Perez fight, we won on the Yushin Okami fight, and we won on the Lauren Mueller fight. So after you put those into the betting odds calculator and you add all of those together, we ended up winning a total of $584.24. So that was 500. Now you can see we don't add anything for Jotko, Race, or Ricky Rainey because we lost those 3 bets. Those are the 3 we lost. So with that being said, we just don't add anything. We already subtracted our bet from our total bankroll. So we just add our winnings here. So we add the $584 and go up to $1,360.24 on top of whatever we win from the main card bets. So we're going to get to that now. We are going to the main card. We bet on Michelle Watterson and Dustin Poirier, who both won their fights, so we add that as well to the $1,360. So we have $457 here and 30 cents. We also add on top of that $1,300, which totals out to $1,817. With that being said, like I said, we started off with $2,500. We're at about $1,800, so we lost about $700 this week because of that big bet on Krzysztof Jotko. But we still have $1,800 to bet on this week's fights. Now, with that being said, those were the results of last week's bets. For those of you on YouTube, I'm going to switch it over to Patreon now for what I'm going to be betting on this week, and I'm going to do that. So if you guys don't want to take the time to click the link in the description and go actually watch the video over there, then you can just see the results of what I bet on next week. So for those of you on YouTube, thanks for checking this out. These were the results. And for those of you who check this out on Patreon, we're going to go into this week's bets. With that being said, let's continue. And as always, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell right next to it so you're notified every time I upload a video. I'm out.
This is #1 bullshit.